going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky, I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Got a good one. This is Judge Webster, and we've got two cases. Boyfriend, girlfriend. I think they're boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't think they're married. I think they're just in a relationship. The guy tries to do an admiral thing, and to save his girlfriend from a ticket, ends up with a felony charge. And there's some courtroom drama. This one's fun. Let's piece this together. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Will now be on the record in 2024 CR 218, State of Kansas versus Kevin Lynn Henson. County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. Kevin Henson. There you are, Mr. Henson.
I don't.
You're Kevin Lynn Henson?
Ma'am, I am.
Sir, in count one, you're accused of interference with a law enforcement officer by unlawfully and knowingly obstructing the officer's enforcement of his official duty, to wit, intentionally trying to initiate a traffic stop on you rather than another driver. What's that saying, Mr. Lev? Was he trying to cause the officer to stop someone else rather than him? Or was he trying to get the officer's attention off the other car?
He was trying to get the officer's attention off the other car.
Ah,
I remember this one because I read all the affidavits on them all.
okay. Well, if you were to be convicted of that charge, it's a level 9 non-person felony. You could get a sentence anywhere from 5 to 17 months in prison, not the county jail, and you could pay a fine up to $100,000. In count 2, you're looking at a registration and title offense. Unlawfully loaning a tag to another vehicle for the driver to use it on a vehicle that was not legally registered. Excuse me. This unclassified misdemeanor carries a maximum fine up to $2,500 and a sentence of 30 days to 6 months in jail. In count 3, you're accused of driving outside the right lane when driving on the inside is required. Sounds like you were driving in the left lane when there were 2 lanes going in the same direction. In that situation, you're always supposed to drive in the right except for passing or limited circumstances. This is an infraction. It does have a scheduled fine of $75. Mr. Henson, it looks like you've posted a $10,000 professional surety bond to be here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to be hiring an attorney, or do you need to apply for court appointed?
I was recently laid off. I'm waiting to go back to work hopefully soon, but I do need a court appointed at this moment.
All right. How long have you been unemployed?
Since October 15th, I believe, about 2.5 months.
And where were you laid off from?
Excuse me?
What business were you in?
NOV fiberglass, making fiberglass pipes. I have been working temp service, but I mean, it only pays $12 an hour, just enough, barely enough to cover my bills, not even that.
All right, be sure and fill out an application, get that from the deputy before you leave.
May I ask you, ma'am, is this a preliminary hearing or is this just a charge reading?
This is a charge reading.
Okay, when will I be having a preliminary hearing?
Missy's gonna give me that here in just a moment. Missy?
Preliminary hearing control will be set January 31st at 1:30.
Now, if you might notice, she said preliminary hearing control.
Judge, can we put that on a misdemeanor day? I think there's a mistake in the charging document.
Yeah, that's what I was going to question, because the charge that I was charged with, the code says that I interfered with a warrant, a writ, or an order of the court. I didn't do any of those things, ma'am.
All right, so what you're saying, Ms. Gillette, is this may be amended to a misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So Missy, let's put that on a misdemeanor docket.
How about January 28th at 3:30?
January 28th at 3:30 by Zoom is your next court date. If you wish to apply for court-appointed attorney, do so.
And how do I do that?
There's a form, ask the officer for an application.
Okay, thank you. I have one other issue, ma'am.
Mhm.
So I wasn't even in the same car with a lady, a female that was in a different car, was also stopped at the exact same time. And the bond says that we're not allowed to have contact with each other. But at the time we lived together, we're a couple. So I'm asking, how does that work? How is it that I cannot speak to someone who lives in my home? I mean, she no longer lives in my home. She's had to move out because of this bond, because of this case. And it's cost both money. I can't afford the rent. She can't afford to pay rent over there and rent at my house.
Okay, hang on.
We moved, I mean,
Gillette, any objection to lifting the no contact?
Judge,
you know,
they were roommates, and that is the person he intentionally even admitted to the officer that he was trying to direct the attention away from.
I
Because
didn't do that. I never admitted.
Hang on. Your attorney's not gonna want you talking about the case right now.
Okay,
she didn't have an intoxilizer in the vehicle. She was restricted to intox. The vehicle she was driving did not have appropriate tags or paperwork.
So,
He intentionally committed a traffic infraction to draw the attention away
no,
from
I did not do that.
hang on. I presume that's her back there raising her hand.
He admitted it to the
Oh.
officer, and the officer put it in his affidavit.
All right. Well, so are you.
Man, what an act of chivalry. Yeah, that act of chivalry lost you your roommate. I mean, or your, roommate. Like I said, I think it's his girlfriend. But what I don't understand. If you're both driving from the same place, why are you in two separate cars? I mean, I guess it could have been a weird circumstance. Maybe they met somewhere. I don't know. But what did he do? What do you think he did? They don't say it. You think he just sped by the person or the officer? Maybe tried to like tailgate. I don't know. It just seems a little weird. But yeah, let's go. Act of chivalry. Save the relationship that got your girlfriend kicked out of your place. Good job.
You want him to continue to have no contact?
Well, she may end up being a witness in his case, and she is the person that he was trying to cover for
All right.
on another crime. So that
No-
is a problem.
Thank you. The no contact remains.
I mean, aren't we innocent until proven guilty? How is that we
Well,
allowed to, we live together? I mean, we did, we're not right now, but she's not gonna be a witness against my case because we're gonna go to trial
so did she come into court with you today?
No, she didn't come with me. No, she came on her own. Somebody else gave her a ride here because we have no contact visit. But it's a restraint on my finances and her finances that y'all are putting on us because she can't afford to help me pay rent because she's having to live at another house and pay somebody else rent.
Sir, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm just following the law.
Well, you're the one who put the no contact, right? The prosecutor doesn't have the authority to put a no
Well,
contact.
I'm the one that's putting the no contact on you, but it's not because of my actions that we're here today.
Well, I thought I
Now,
was.
you may be innocent. I don't know.
I thought I was innocent.
I'm not going to handle your
That's the
case.
Constitution.
I'm not going to handle your case differently than I typically do. Ms. Gillette has stated the reasons why she would be concerned as a prosecutor.
But even if that's true, how does that keeping us apart now have an effect on that case? Because, before we go to trial, our lawyers are going to.
No, it's because if you're living with the witness against the case, you can make up a story together and get you off the hook. The prosecutor is not going to allow that. That's interfering. Sorry, man. You did this. You made your bet. And he's saying he didn't do it. I don't know. This isn't a normal story that you hear. People don't do this for other people. At least I've never heard it happen. Again, chivalrous act. Who said chivalry's dead?
Have to coordinate. We're going to all have to coordinate to go to trial. So what is it? What are you doing to keeping us apart now? What is the benefit of the court for that? It's just benefiting the prosecutor, not anybody else.
Sir, talk to your attorney about that. Your attorney can represent you on that issue. And leave your application and then call back about Friday to my assistant Missy to see if you qualify for court appointed and who your attorney will be.
Okay, can Missy give me a number, please? 620. Could you tell me one more
Missy,
time?
would you give her that number again, please?
620.
Thank you, Missy.
All right, so until at least the time you get your attorney, I'm leaving that as a condition of your bond.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, you were gonna put this on a Tuesday docket. Can you repeat?
I think, Missy, did you put that on January 28th? Is that a Tuesday docket?
Yes, at 3:30.
All right, so sir, you must be back here with your attorney by Zoom, January 28th at 3:30.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. You're excused at this time. Well, we just as well bring the friend up here. What's your name? Are you?
Oh, did you guys think I was finished? Nope. I'm going to show you her case as well. This is his girlfriend that he tried to stop from getting a ticket. Now listen to what she's charged with, or what? Yeah, you can't make this stuff up.
Elizabeth Hoover, by chance?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Excuse me. We are on the record in 24 CR 210, State of Kansas versus Elizabeth Ann Hoover, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. The defendant, Elizabeth Ann Hoover, appearing in person and pro se. Ms. Hoover, in count one, you're charged with unlawful possession of the controlled substance methamphetamine, a level 5 drug felony. If convicted, you could serve 10 to 42 months in prison and pay a fine up to $100,000. In count two, you're accused of possessing the controlled substance fentanyl. That, if you were convicted, means you could serve another 10 months to 42 months in prison. If these were to be run consecutively, that would be 20 months to 84 months in prison. Your fine again could be up to $100,000 or 200 together. In count three, you are charged with possession of the controlled substance cocaine, a level 5 drug felony. You could add another 10 to 42 months prison sentence and another $100,000 fine.
Where they're coming up with the cocaine?
Excuse me?
That's when they're coming up with the substance cocaine.
I'm not hearing you very well.
Where they came up with the substance cocaine?
Well, they came up with count one methamphetamines, count two fentanyl, count three cocaine.
So he told me he didn't know what it was.
Okay, I don't know where they came up with the charges, but that's what they charged you with.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Four, you're charged with trafficking contraband in a correctional facility. In this case, they are alleging that you unlawfully and knowingly, without the consent of the administrator of the correctional institution, introduced or attempted to introduce methamphetamine into or upon the grounds of a correctional institution, to wit, the Greenwood County Jail. This is charged as a level 6 non-person felony. If convicted, you could add another 17 to 46-month prison sentence and a fine up to $100,000. In count 5, you are accused of unlawfully and knowingly concealing evidence with intent to prevent or hinder apprehension or prosecution, to wit, concealing baggies of methamphetamine upon your person. This is charged as a level 8 non-person felony. If convicted, you could serve another 7 to 23 months in prison and pay another fine up to $100,000. In count 6, you're accused of operating a motor vehicle not equipped with an ignition interlock device, while your driving privileges were restricted to only driving motor vehicles equipped with such a device following a DUI. This is a Class A.
I was bringing my vehicle home from Missouri, where I used to live before my daughter was taken. And I was stranded in Kansas. I lost my mom last November. I was going to get her car, and I can't get my license back without having the interlock installed on the vehicle. I couldn't get
Your
in touch.
attorney would tell you not to talk without the attorney present. but-
I'm just saying, and I am sorry for that. But
Well, it's not for my protection, it's for yours. You don't have to be sorry to me, I'm just giving you kind of a
Yes, ma'am.
notice there. Okay, so the circumvention is a Class A non-person misdemeanor. If convicted, you could do 12 months not in prison, but in the county jail, and you could pay a fine up to $2,500. In count 7, you are accused of possession of drug paraphernalia in the form of black bags, syringes, spoon, tinfoil, round plastic container, plastic baggies and safety pins for the purpose or intent to use, to store, contain, conceal, inject, ingest, inhale, or otherwise introduce a controlled substance into the human body.
That's a whole mouthful.
I'm sorry?
It's a whole mouthful of words all at once.
It is, yes, it is. Class B, non-person misdemeanor, 6 months possible jail sentence up to $1,000 fine if convicted. Count 8, you're accused of operating a motor vehicle without proof of liability insurance, another Class B misdemeanor with up to 6 months jail. It does have a minimum fine that would have to be imposed of at least $300, but could be,
$300?
I'm sorry,
You said $300?
$300 minimum up to $1,000 maximum.
And what was that fine for?
That's for the insurance or lack of insurance.
And that was how much?
Anywhere from $300 up to $1,000 in fines.
Okay,
Up to 6 months in jail.
okay.
In count 9, you're accused of operating a motor vehicle upon a highway with no valid driver's license. This is another Class B non-person misdemeanor. If convicted, you could serve another 6 months in the county jail, and you could pay another fine up to $1,000. In count 10, you're accused of operating a motor vehicle without a legal tag or expired registration. An unclassified misdemeanor, this has its own special conditions, a fine possible up to $2,500, and a sentence of 30 days up to 6 months possible. Excuse me. In count 11, you are accused of unlawfully and knowingly failing to operate a vehicle in the right lane within 2 lanes of the same direction of traffic. This carries a fine of $75. As an infraction, it does not carry jail time.
What did I do?
Excuse me?
Allegedly do? On that last charge?
Okay, I'm still not here.
Yeah, she just read off 11 charges, and her question was, what did I do on the last charge? Winners. We got winners. Judge Webster.
what you're
Can
saying.
you repeat the last charge
Oh,
and
can
what?
I repeat it? Sure. That you operated a vehicle in the right lane within 2 lanes going in the same direction.
Yeah, because there was a merge lane and it was going to the one way where it breaks down and down. So yeah, I was. You're right.
Okay, all right. Are you going to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
Apply for a court appointed, and if I can't, then I will go ahead and hire one for sure. Because
I
Unless-
noticed
on
that
a traffic stop,
I noticed that you posted a $35,000 professional surety bond.
so I did. My mother passed away last November, so I had some money left over from her dying.
So you had money to post your bond, but now you need
The
to.
last money I had, that was it.
So you used all your money, the last of the money you had on your bondsman, and now you cannot afford an attorney.
I can barely afford rent. 2 houses.
You'll need to fill out an application and check back later in the week to see if you have qualified for court appointed. Your court date will be up next, a preliminary hearing control. Missy, when will that be?
How do I do Zoom?
Yes,
January 31st at 1:30.
January 31st?
Yes.
Okay. Also, if I were to get all of the things like the insurance and all of that stuff done on the vehicle, will that help at all?
why don't you talk to your attorney about that? The attorney can and will advise you on those kinds of questions.
Okay, because I had an appointment for my interlock the day I got arrested. So
All right, well, call back and see if you qualify for court-appointed attorney. If you do not, then you will have to hire an attorney.
it's fine. I'll figure it out either way, one way or another.
I noticed the gentleman before you, this Mr. Henson, posted a $10,000 bond, but is applying for court-appointed, and you posted 35 and are applying for bond. Did you use your mother's inheritance for him as well?
No, he had his own money. That's separate. That's his.
Okay, but you both ran out of money as soon as you paid your bonds.
I just took care of what I needed to get me out. And it was
Okay,
money I
all
had.
right. Anything further, Ms. Gillette, we need to address on this case?
I can't think of anything else, Judge. Thank you. Or continue the no contact order in her case.
The bond will continue with all existing conditions, including the no contact and no alcohol, no illegal drugs, don't possess, consume, distribute, sell, or anything of that sort. And be back here on the date and time given.
I did get myself into outpatient treatment as well as some mental health stuff this last week.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hoover. You're excused.
All right, that's it. We're gonna call it a day. Well, at least a video. We'll call it a video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah. This is an award-winning couple. They're making great decisions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Until next time, bye.
At this time. Will now be on.